Okay, so the recording is on for people who are watching this later. Hello, everyone. I'm Debbie, and I'm a presidential founder of Team Beautifully Polished. Welcome, especially if this is your very first call. Anyone here want to put their hand up if it's their very first call? We got a couple. Well, welcome. We have lots of exciting things today. So I am kind of hearing some background, so I am just going to mute you guys.
Oh my God.
There we go. Okay. All right. There. Now you guys can yell and scream at your kids or whatever you have to do, and we won't hear you. We might see it in the look on your face, though. All right. So welcome, everybody. Gosh, I'm so excited about everything. It's our birthday month, and it's June, and we are what? June 3rd? And we've already had two big, huge things. So let's talk about those. Our launching tomorrow are those summer shades. Did everybody get a chance to see those today in the email? Oh my gosh, I can't decide my favorite. It might be the flamingos, but it might be the pineapple, but it might be the watermelon. I love them. And I don't wear a lot of the patterns, but I'm for sure gonna be wearing those. So make sure you are getting those out to your customers and showing them the beautiful pictures. I think they're gonna be super fun for summer. Then the second thing, how about our June enrolling? Our June enrolling promotions, you guys, super cool. So let's just go over it. If you enroll somebody in June and they have to do between June 1st and June 30th, and they hit the first jump start, which is $1,000 in your first 35 days. If they hit that by July 31st, they get the little cosmetic bag, and you would get it as their enroller, and both of you are entered in a drawing for a 2-day trip to New York to meet Mr. Park. I don't know if you guys saw that, but how cool is that? So you get round trip airfare, 2 nights, double occupancy, a tour of the home office. I mean, people are dying to have those tours, you guys. Lunch and dinner with Mr. Park and the team, and then a special meeting with the team members. I mean, what an awesome experience. So if you were ever to tell someone about the business now, what a great time to tell them in our birthday month with lots of cool things coming out, and to know that they could meet him. Now, a new person may not have the excitement that we do. We probably have more excitement than them, right? To meeting Mr. Park, because we're in it. But boy, if you're sharing with them how he is the founder and owner of this company, and then once they're in and they're seeing the excitement around him, they're going to know that it's a really big deal that he's doing this. I think it's super cool. So make sure you are getting those things out to people. Then some other updates, just the regional meetings have started. As you guys saw, there's a link. Go in the link. So if you're not from local, where we are, where we've been having our meetings, make sure you look to see if there's a meeting near you that you could drive to. I would love for all of you guys, especially the people who have not been able to come to our local meetings, to be able to get to a local meeting near you and meet people. You guys, it's a really great way to connect. Even if people aren't on our team, they're still going to get you super excited about the business, and everybody's getting the same information at the meeting. So they're not learning anything different than we'll be learning at ours. Ours is filling up quick. If you're going to the Livonia one at Madonna and you have not registered yet, register, because we're getting almost to the capped amount, and then we'll have to reevaluate if we're going to stay there for next month. So make sure you get registered on our team. I want our team to have first dibs at that. I'm also going to be looking for a few people who want to help at the meeting. I'd like to open up to our team members this month, and then next month, this month at the meeting, I'll post, and we'll take in people in the future from other teams. But for this month, I'm going to put it out to our team. Like maybe if someone wants to do the welcome table, if somebody would like to do the recognition. So if that's something in your comfort zone and someone on our team would like to do that, just message me or someone wants to share a testimonial of what Color Street has done for them. I'm looking for those 3 different things. So I would love it if any of you guys would want to share that at the meeting. Let's see, what else do we have here? Conference, once again, register for a conference. If you haven't, it's going to be amazing. We have the guest speaker, Kendra Hill, who will be doing storytelling. It should be super good. All the details. I'm not going to go through all the details, but they're all in the newsletter. And then again, if you are working on the BQ incentive nails, that started in May. So you have to do in June and July, you have to do minimum 300. Remember, 300 is about 8 orders, 8 orders of buy 3, get 1. That's about what gets you to 300. So it's really one nail bar or getting some orders together at your VIP page. All right, so those are the exciting things going on. Stay tuned because it is our birthday month. There could be more and more things to celebrate. So make sure you're watching. Is that a? Yes, you're right. There were only 500 spots as of today for conference. So it is filling up. So if it's something you're thinking about, think fast. All right, so next I want to introduce Director Deb Meeks. I saw her there. There she is. Deb is going to go over all of our amazing stuff for the month of May. I'll unmute you, Deb. Okay. Oh, did we unmute you same time? There you go.
I beat you. Sorry.
That's all right.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Debbie. I'm going to do some just some information about our team and some great congratulations to some wonderful women who have really worked their business this month. So just real quick, our team volume for the month of May was, okay, I got to make sure I have these numbers right, $297,176.93. So nice job, ladies. Everybody working together to get those sales up. That is awesome. The really exciting thing is our cumulative volume is $4,988,278.27. Woohoo! Since we started, that is absolutely amazing. And even better is if we stay on pace, we should hit 5 million in team volume for Beautifully Polished for this week. So, woohoo! Way to go. It sounds so weird when I'm the only one clapping and being loud and obnoxious. Now I know what Debbie always talks about. So anyways, let's talk about a couple stats for this past month of May. We have 43 new stylists. So welcome, ladies who joined in May. I hope you are already loving it. You are in a great support system of amazing women who are there cheering each other on and sharing ideas. And this is a really cooperative group. So I hope you are loving your experience here with Beautifully Polished. Next, I'm going to get on to sales. So we have our top stylists sales. So these are not people that are in leadership, but just stylists themselves. We have a 2-way tie for 9th place, Jocelyn Brown and Jennifer Price. Nice job, ladies. Both are at $1,506. Kristen Chaika is in 8th place with $1,528. Stephanie Bleskevich, hope I said her name correctly. I've been practicing at $1,818. In 6th place is Danielle Taylor with $1,941. 5th place is Sarah Miller with $2,295. Yay, ladies, this is getting awesome. 4th is Nicole Shook with $2,581. Okay, I'm hoping I can say this name right. Is it Monique Barrow at $2,668? I apologize if I butchered that name, but congratulations. That's 3rd place. 2nd place is Marlena Young-Jones at $2,675. Woohoo! And 1st place is Brandy Blanchard with $2,746 in sales. Nice job, ladies. That is amazing. Next up, we're going to go to our leaders.
I'll unmute. Awesome job.
Yeah, they did amazing. Those are some amazing sales, especially at a busy time of year, May, with Mother's Day and all of the sports going on and people running around. Good job, ladies. So our leaders lead in the pack. We've got our top 10 is Sarah Jacubos, Ferio, I think is how you say her last name, at $1,524. Nice work. 9th place is Paula Warren with $1,628 in sales. My partner in crime, Dina Doyle, with $1,703 in 8th place. Nice job. Haley Cameron with $1,814. Way to go. Leslie Trayers at $1,830 in sales for 6th place. Nice job. Megan Reisenberg in 5th place with $2,279. Nice work. Darlene Lavoie with $2,245. Way to go. And our top 3, Maureen Flanagan with $2,584 in sales. Nice work. 2nd place, Jackie McGowan, leading at $2,774. Way to go. And our number 1 in sales for our leaders with an astounding $3,051 is Amy Myers, who I just met. She is absolutely amazing. So Amy. Congratulations on leading our leaders. So we have a couple of promotions too that we want to celebrate. We have 3 ladies who hit senior stylist for this month, so that's super exciting. They've already started their adventure into leadership. So we have Sarah Brantley, congratulations. Nicole Cottrell, congratulations. And Cynthia Hilt, awesome job, ladies, starting up your teams. And we have 2 people that have launched into leadership with team leader titles this month, and that is Erica Bailey, nice work, and Tammy Eisenhart. Congratulations, ladies. And we have a big promotion to director, and she is also our #1 in sales for our leaders this month, and that is Amy Myers. Congratulations, ladies, on all your hard work. You are amazing. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you. You're so good and enthusiastic. I love it. You guys were awesome. And I forgot to give you the number too, that we had 61 people in the $1,000 club. And then the one that I wanted to announce was our top and enrolling. We had 3 people tied with 2 new stylists each. And one is the one and only who just spoke, Deb Meeks. Congrats. And Catherine Langerman, congrats to you. And oh boy, Amy Chavario, I believe I said it right. So congrats to you 3 ladies for all enrolling 2 new stylists last month. Okay, so with that said, we have all these promotions. It's the birthday month. Our numbers are great. So why do we want to talk about Color Street this month? What is the big deal? Why do people want to be with Color Street? Why is it the right place at the right time? Well, you guys know we are an amazing company. This is going to be our 2nd birthday, right? We were if you guys didn't hear those numbers before, I know I've said them before, but we were number 78. So this is before we were even 2 years old. We were number 78 in the direct sales companies in the world, not just in the United States. And we don't even sell outside of the United States. And we were still voted. We still beat all those companies that sell outside of the United States too. And we were at number 78. And that's in 2 years, you guys. Some of these companies have been around over 70 years that we were beating out. We were the fastest growing direct sales company in the world. In the world, you guys, why wouldn't you want to join our team? Why wouldn't you want to get the opportunity that we have right now? I mean, we're only in the United States. Imagine once we go global, where we're going to be. We're the fastest growing and we're just scratching the surface. So people can't tell you, well, it's been open 2 years. It doesn't matter. We're growing like crazy. We're the darling of the industry right now. We are the company that people want to be with because we are still growing fast. So when you talk to people and they understand direct sales, they understand the earlier you get in, the better. Why? Because it gives you a great opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity, but you also have to be willing to work the opportunity. All right? It's an amazing opportunity. But if I decide that I'm going to sell maybe $50 a month, I'm not taking advantage of the opportunity that I have. When we say it's an amazing opportunity, what we're trying to say is we are brand new, 2 years old. Many, many people still have not heard of us. You have the opportunity to get a whole bunch of customers that have never heard of Color Street still. You have the opportunity to sign up people who want a new business, and they might be the first one on their block instead of the 7th one on their block selling it. They might be the first one in their church instead of the 5th person in their church. And I'm not saying you can't have, we have 4 people in my church alone. I know one school here has 6 new teachers. So I'm not saying it's bad when you have that many, but I'm saying we still have the opportunity to get to all these nooks and crannies and be the first person out of that area of people. That's what the opportunity we have right now being early in. So you've got to work the business in order to take the most advantage of what the opportunity is. The nail polish industry, you guys, wait to hear this. We're expected to be a $15.5 billion industry in the next 5 years. 15.5 billion, you guys, in just nail polish, not even makeup, just nail polish, and that's us. We are in that industry. Why wouldn't you want to be in Color Street? Again, That means women are spending money on nail polish. They want to wear nail polish. They've been doing this for years. Women want nice nails. We get to provide that for them at a great price and with an easy product. So who doesn't want to be a part of that? You know, I feel that we need to offer it to every family member, every friend, every hostess, every customer. We need to offer them this opportunity because they can be a part of what we're a part of. Again, they don't have to say yes, but at least you're offering them that opportunity. We currently have 20% of the market, Color Street does. We have passed Sally Hansen. We've passed Essie. We are number 2 to OPI, you guys. We are coming up. We are going to be in magazines. We're doing all these things. People are going to know Color Street, and we want to be the people selling as those people as they're seeing it in catalogs and getting out there and the names out there and, oh my gosh, I got to try this Color Street. Be the person to sell it to them. Be the person to tell them about the business. Then, not to mention all of that, what we have going for us, let's look at our team. Our Color Street team in general, everybody, not just us, is amazing. I mean, look at all these different Facebook groups there are. Look at the graphics page. There's so many women out there that you don't even know that I guarantee you're putting their graphics on your stuff just because they simply want to help each other. They make a graphic and they're willing to share it. We have a very sharing company, which I think is amazing. We've really worked hard to create that culture, and especially in our team. We've worked really hard as leaders to create the culture of sharing and taking care of each other and building each other up. And I feel we've done a really good job at that. So I feel when people join our team, it's a team to be really proud of because the leaders on this team have all worked really hard to create just a fabulous place where people can get answers and go for help. So be proud of that when you're telling people about the business, that you should know confidently that if they join the business, they're not going to get mailed to them and they will never hear from Color Street again. They're going to hear from you and they're going to hear from their other leaders. There's tons of resources out there for them. So know that when you tell people about the business that we're here to help them. Yeah, okay. So can there sometimes be negative people, whatever, on Color Street? Yeah, but we don't talk about them because they're a small percentage. But overall, everything is really, really good. Okay, so another great thing about why we're in the right place at the right time, because we're in direct sales, you guys. Direct sales works around our lives, and you're working it to make it work for you, okay? It doesn't matter if you signed up last week, last month, last year, 2 years ago. It doesn't matter if you signed up and you haven't done anything with it in 4 months, and all of a sudden you decide you want to. Guess what? You still can. I didn't fire you. Color Street didn't fire you. You're not going to get fired because you decided to join and then changed your mind and didn't work. You're not going to get fired. Guess what? You can just start your business again right now. It's not too late. So if you haven't met the potential of what you wanted to meet, let's just start again. Do a new launch party. Reach out to your leader and see what you can do to rebuild. The cool thing about our business is you can always reinvent yourself. All right. So, what other business could you take a little bit of time off and go, I need some time for my family. I need a few weeks away, and you come back and then you can just kind of reinvent things again. So don't be discouraged if you're not where you are because you can still get there. Okay. Another cool thing about our business is a lot of direct sales companies take a halt with their numbers in the summer. They think it's summer. People don't want to do stuff. Our product is made for summer, you guys. Are you kidding me? Everyone wants to show their toes off. Everyone loves their nails looking good because we're all in our summer clothes and out in the sun and feeling great. We have a product that we can sell at beaches, at ballparks, at pools, at the golf league. I don't care. You can do it anywhere. You bring a bag with our stuff and you can show you and wear your product everywhere you go. We are the perfect business for summer. So don't let summer go by you where you are just, no one's going to want to book a party. Everyone's busy with family. Everyone wants to spend time with their friends too, because now's the time you can do that. People want to have pool parties. They want to get together with friends. They just need the excuse to do it. Give them the excuse. So when everybody else takes the halt in direct sales, we're going to soar this summer. We're going to book our calendars. We're going to sell these beautiful colors we have. And we're going to offer them, pools and petties and, mimosas and manis, whatever you guys want to do. with your nails, but we can do that for them. So if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, how do you do it? Well, you got to spread the news of Color Street, right? So you got to do nail bars, you got to sponsor people. So how do you get these people? So I want to introduce Leslie, and how do you get the nail bars? I want to introduce Director Leslie Traers. She's been with Color Street since February 2018. She's married with 3 kids, 2 3.5-year-old twins, and an 8-week-old. So brand new baby. And she's married, and she's a full-time 3rd grade teacher on top of it. So she's going to tell us what she does, because she has been extremely consistent from the first day she signed up with her nail bars and her sponsoring. So I'm going to unmute you, Leslie, and I'm going to mute me and turn it over to you.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, everybody. I hope you can hear me okay. Thanks for having me tonight. When Debbie asked me to do this, at first I was like, oh gosh, I don't know if I have enough to say. And then I started jotting my notes down of everything I wanted to tell you guys. And turns out I had a lot of things I wanted to say. So hopefully I can condense it down and have it make sense for you guys tonight. So when I started thinking about what has led to my success with Color Street, there were 3 things that I came up with that I felt were really important. And the first one was remembering my why. Like why I started, keeping that in the forefront for me. And so I'll talk a little more about my why in a second, but that's the first thing. The second thing is setting goals for myself each month, looking at what I want to be able to do, what I want to accomplish, and how I'm going to get there. And then the third thing is treating my business like a business. Somebody said that to me, probably Debbie, I'm not sure, very early on, treating my business like a business. If I want it to be a business and not a hobby, then that's what I have to do. And that's what's important to me. So I've really tried to remember that as I've gone along. So like I said, going back to my why, I know quite a few of you have, I had posted about it in my VIP group, and then it was shared in a couple of other groups. And it was a really personal why that I started with Color Street back in February of 18. And so I was kind of reluctant to share it at first, but then I felt like it was really necessary, especially to celebrate with my customers, why I started and what they helped me get. And so my husband and I, we had struggled with infertility before we had the twins. We tried for 2 years before we had to turn to IVF. And we were so lucky on our first attempt to get pregnant with our now 3.5-year-old twins. And we were hoping that our family, we could, have another baby, but we knew it was going to have to be through IVF again. And unfortunately, we had a couple of rounds that were not successful. And even if it's not successful, you still get that big old bill in the mail. And so we were looking at trying one last time. But again, where was that money going to come from? And my husband has the opportunity through his job to work overtime. And I don't as a teacher. I mean, my days are packed as it is, and then to come home to my little ones. And so I was literally sitting on the couch doing surveys on a survey website, and I had racked up like a whole $2.80 doing these surveys. And I see you laughing, Darlene, and I'm not joking. It was literally like 10 cents a survey. And that night I saw Jess Maltoney's post about how she had paid for her spring break trip with the money that she had made so far in Color Street. And it had never occurred to me that I would want to do something like this, or, I had purchased from her twice already. I had even said to her, like, I would do a party when things slowed down for her. But just seeing that post, for whatever reason, it struck something that night. And I turned to my husband and I said, do you think I could do this? And so I contacted Jess the next day, and the rest is history, really. And it turns out that, yes, I really can do this. And I couldn't have guessed that this is where it was going to take me, but it's been a great journey. And I'm so excited to be leading a team of 47 great ladies. It's super cool. So like I said, and now we have a beautiful 8-month-old little boy to show for paying for all of our last try with IVF with Color Street money. So But important to set goals. That's the next thing I talked about. That first month, I said, gosh, I want to do $1,000 in sales. All I had to base it off of is what Jess had been doing, and she had done something amazing and like awesome of 7,000 in January, the month before I signed up. And so I was like, oh, I really want to do 1,000. Like, I think I can do that, right? And so I reached out to a couple friends and I said, hey, do you want to be my first party? And I just launched and took off from there. And I blew that $1,000 out of the water, which I never thought that was even possible, but it was amazing. And so now I figured it out today that I've averaged $2,500 a month for the course of my time with Color Street. And it's all about setting goals, like, and not settling for, oh, I only have, 2 parties booked. Well, no, what am I going to do to get more? Because 2 parties isn't what I want for myself for this month. So what am I going to do more? The booking blitz was perfect. It really kicked me in gear, especially coming off of last month where I let myself slow down a little bit with the baby. But doing those kind of things for myself, like if it's not what I want for the month, okay, contact some more gals. Who can I reach out to? Former hostesses. What am I going to put out there that will get those gals, coming to me and get parties booked? So, and then at the end of the month, really reflecting on what was I happy about, what was I not happy about, what would I change about what happened with this month, and move forward from there. So something that the life balance between how I fit Color Street into my life, because obviously I'm super busy with 3 little ones at home, and when I'm not on maternity leave, full-time teaching. But that's, I think, one of the coolest things about Color Street is that you really can make it work for you, and it's your business, and you can make it however you want it to be. So for me, it's most of the time after my kids are in bed at night, or while they're napping, or like today when my little ones, my 3.5-year-olds were napping and little Mr. Jonah was not, but I was messaging my team on my phone while I was rocking him. And that's just, it's not perfect all the time, but scheduling out time for, in my days, because it's a priority to me, and it's all about, treating my business like a business. Since, I've used a couple of different things that have really saved me. I wouldn't be able to survive without ScentShare. I sometimes have had up to 9 parties going at a time, plus my VIP group, because that's one thing I didn't mention, but primarily all my business is through Facebook. I have done a couple of in-person things, but just what fits in my life right now is Facebook parties. And so I utilize ScentShare and being able to schedule all my posts and getting those things out there that I want out there. And then Trello, I picked up all these little things. That's another thing I think that has helped my success is I don't have to do everything that each training says. I can take pieces from each training and make it work for me. So somebody did a fortune is in the follow-up. They shared that from Trello. And so I watched this gal, how she set up her Trello board, and that was how I started doing my follow-ups. I started that in January, and it's been super successful. I've been able to keep up on following up with my ladies after 2 weeks and 2 months. So much better using the Trello board. So if anybody's interested in that, I could always share that with you again. Because I know I shared it with my team way back when I first did it. But I wouldn't have been able to survive the last 2 months. My brain has been going in so many different directions. I need those Trello reminders to pop up and say, hey, you need to follow up with this person, and hey, you need to send these samples to this person. So with my Facebook parties and my VIP group, I really think very hard about how I want to portray my business to the people that are seeing my posts. So sometimes I probably overthink it, but I think very carefully about the things that I say in the post and the pictures and what I want to put out there about my business, because that's what they're seeing. They you know, especially on Facebook, they're not seeing me in person and they're not getting to meet me in that way. And so I have to really think carefully about how, you know, what I'm saying in the messages and the posts. And I think that makes a big difference. It's like, you know, branding, I guess you would call it. But I don't put anything out there that I would look at myself and think, oh, you know, I'm very careful about that. And then with sponsorship, I think about, again, what would get me into it. So thinking back to Jess's post and how that caught my attention, and I try and think of things like that are going on in my life that might, you know, catch somebody else's interest and wanting to join us and become a stylist. And, you know, sometimes it's not anything glamorous. Sometimes it's, you know, that our air conditioner broke in our 2-year-old house today, and now I'm paying for a new air conditioner, or, you know, new parts for this air conditioner. So sometimes it's not glamorous, but that really is relatable to other people and the things that they have going on and the reasons they might want to join the business too. And then just keeping it fun. Like, I still, after all these months of being with Color Street, get so stinking excited when we get the emails about the new sets. I mean, today, that was the first thing I said to my husband after Here Take the Baby, was we have 5 new sets coming out tomorrow. So it still gets me so excited about all the new things that we always have going on. And so if I'm having fun and I'm showing my customers and my gals on my VIP page and my parties how much fun I'm having and how much I love the products, then I think that just gets them all wrapped right up into that too. But like I said, it's not perfect, and it's still a work in progress. I never, when I signed up, thought that I would be leading a great team of gals and have all these people that are, you know, looking to me for advice and help. And so that's an area of my business that I'm keep working on. And I think that that's important too, is that always looking for learning new things and ways to be better and ways to make our team stronger and all of that. I just have a desire to do that, and I think that has helped. I feel like I missed a whole lot of things in there that I wanted to tell you, but that
Well, let me ask you, Leslie, you do all Facebook, right?
Yeah, I had one
on Facebook.
Yeah, I had one gal where she did a joint Facebook party, and then I went to a restaurant and met her with some friends. And then I've done 2 little events at my house, but other than that, all of my sales have been on Facebook.
And you heard her average is $2,500 a month with Facebook parties. So let me ask you, and you're sponsoring from them, you said. Yeah. You get your sponsors from them. So give us.
I don't think I know one of my gals. Well, I've met a couple of them personally since then, but I only knew one before Color Street.
Okay, so what's an average post you put in a Facebook party?
About sponsoring?
That makes them reach out to you, or are you reaching out to each customer? Tell them a little bit about that.
Okay.
To get them to join.
I usually, like, a couple of times. Oh, that's a good question. I forget some of the things I do actually. So a couple of times throughout the party, I run the party for 2 weeks. Then it usually hits 2 paydays. It gives lots of people time to order. Sometimes some gals will order more than once, which is nice. But a couple of times I'll put a picture, you know, a graphic up there that says like join my team or something like that. And I get paid to have pretty nails, you know, things like that. Then I also post a video that I made. So I taped 3 different videos that I post in my parties. I post one where I'm actually applying the nails. The second one I post about hosting a party, and I show, like, you know, if you sell this many, or if you have this much in sales, you can get this many sets, and I show or hold up the sets right there in front of them so they can see like what they could be getting. And then the third video that I always post is about joining my team, and I talk a little bit, kind of not a much more condensed version of what I've talked about today, but just how it's affected my life and how it's been such a positive thing. and how much I love the product and love getting to share it with ladies and how much fun that we have in the company. And I just kind of really hype it up. And that's usually the last video that I post in the party.
I like that. So you do an actual video on it. And so they're what, like a minute long?
Yeah, probably
Is it
a minute,
alive?
minute and a half. Yeah.
Is it alive, or are you pre-recording it and putting it in there?
No, I do pre-record it. Yeah.
Okay. So are you doing the same video for everybody?
I'm sorry.
Do you do the same video for everybody that you're copying and pasting the link?
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
I've updated it a couple of times, but I do use the same part because, like, for instance, right now I have 6 parties going, so to do 6 different videos, that would take more time. So I do copy it into each party.
Would you want to share your link of what you do? Are you comfortable with that, and Beautifully Polished, so people could see and hear your verbiage?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Okay. Obviously, people aren't going to put you in their parties, but they may use some of your verbiage.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right, that would be awesome.
No
Does
problem.
anybody have any other questions they want to ask Leslie before I switch it over to another speaker?
I would love to know how you interact with your team, the people on your team.
Okay. So when we were smaller, I started out with a group message where we were all in there together, and I would just, we would answer questions for each other and that kind of thing. And then our phones were getting blown up at all hours of the night because everybody has different bedtimes, and so it was not successful. So I ended up starting my own group page. We call our team Shine Bright, and so we have our own Facebook group that we post things in there, and then I try to email gals, and my messenger is always going with questions back and forth and things like that. But I would say the Facebook group is the main way. But that's another area that I am striving to do better at, and I've been reading a leadership book lately, and so there'll be some changes coming to our group soon if any of my gals are on here, because there's some new things that I've learned that I want to be implementing with my girls. So.
Thanks, Leslie. That you gave a lot of great information, and I love that you shared such a personal why with all of us. I know that can be hard, and I'm so excited that your why works the way that it did, and it paid for you to have a brand new baby. So that's an amazing reason to do Color Street.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Final chance for a question for Leslie? Okay, I gotta check and see if my next speaker. So my next person I want to introduce, hang on, just texting. Okay, so we know this is the place to join. We know you want to sponsor and sell, but you can't do any of this without the perfect mindset, right? You have to go in with a good mindset. So the next person I'm going to introduce is my son, Logan. No, he does not sell Color Street. You ready? So Logan graduated from high school yesterday. I don't know if anyone's friends with me on Facebook, but he's going to sit in my chair in a second. So Logan graduated from high school yesterday. He's going to Michigan State in the fall. And my husband, his dad, works for a direct sales company, Cutco. And both of our kids, that is a job they have to have when they turn 18 for the summer. And so he's going to tell you a little bit about how angry he was with us with that decision we made for him and where he is now 2 weeks after starting Cutco. So I think he's a great person because he is fresh and raw at having a situation. We all chose Color Street. He did not get a choice at our house because we want him. Well, there's a lot of great training, a lot of great things that come out of that company that we wanted him to experience. So I'm going to let him tell you his story and showing you how mindset is a really key important thing. All right, so here he is. Be kind to him. Okay. And mind you, he's coming off his senior all-night party, so he was out till 3 in the morning last night.
Hi, Logan.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Okay, so yeah, as she said, my name's Logan, and I am a Cutco sales rep. And so just to tell you a little bit about my mindset before going into the job, as she said, I've been told my entire life that I'm going to do Cutco since I was like as soon as I could understand human speech. I've been told that I'm gonna do Cutco as soon as I graduate high school, and it always just seemed like a kind of distant thing, and I never really thought that it was something I was gonna do. But then, sure enough, when I got to the age, I was told I was gonna start selling. And so it was a very surreal experience because I've grown up with all these people that I've known forever that have done Cutco and things like that, just as like my dad's son. But anyway, now I'm just smack dab in the middle working with them. So yeah, it was a very weird experience, and it's very intimidating as well because I felt a lot of pressure being my dad's son. I felt like even though a lot of people assured me there were no expectations, I felt like I had really high expectations that I had to perform very well. And I'm a very introverted person. So I don't have a lot of self-confidence. I'm not very good at like going out and just talking to random people and making phone calls and things like that. But I Cutco kind of forced me to start doing that. And so I went into training, or I did my interview. I got the job. I went into training. And then after training, I started to make my first phone calls. And it was very stressful. Even people that I see on a day-to-day basis, I was freaking out over calling even like relatives and things like that, just because I was so scared about this new experience, and it felt like $1,000 or £1,000 phone. What do you call it?
The 500-pound phone.
A 500-pound phone. Yeah, very very relatable in that instance. And I was getting really angry about everything and saying, "Oh, I hate this job. This is so stupid. Why do I have to do this?" But really, I was just scared, and I didn't really know how to confront that situation. And then, so it took me probably like 2 hours to make 10 calls, which normally would take probably 10 minutes, but it took me forever. Like in between, I would go, as soon as I made a call, I'd be like, oh, I should go reward myself. I'm going to go grab a little snack real quick, and then take 30 minutes grabbing a snack and things like that. So I was so terrified. But then eventually I had my first demos booked for the weekend. And then that weekend I went out and did some demos. And those were even more terrifying. My first demo was with my prom date's parents. So that was an incredibly stressful experience, to say the least. And so, and then I messed a bunch of things up. My third demo, we have a part where we cut a penny with our scissors, and I cut it all the way through, and then it went flying everywhere, and it like landed in a vase, and they found it a few days later. So like I messed up a bunch of times. And I was incredibly stressed about it. But then as the weekend went on, I started to get a little bit more comfortable, and it started to become kind of fun. And yeah, so I started to enjoy myself. And by Sunday, I was like, all right, I'm actually feeling pretty good about this. And then the next week came, and it was time to make calls again. And then it was right back to where I started, and I was terrified again because phone calls are not a very fun part for me. But then as I started to make more and more, and I picked up the phone and just started doing what I had to do, then I felt a lot better. And then eventually phone calls didn't become as big of a problem. And every time I do like a bunch of calls, then I start to feel better. And so then I had my next demos booked, and then the same thing happened. Like every time I did a new demo, I would feel better and better, and my confidence would grow in myself and my ability and my confidence in the product as well. And I started kind of getting into a groove, and I felt a lot better about myself. And I started to kind of realize that in comparison to some of my old jobs, like basketball reffing, where I was getting yelled at all the time, and bagging at Kroger, where it was just the same mundane thing for 5 hours, I started to realize how fortunate I am to be in sales, because I kind of get to infuse my own personality into my presentation. I get to express myself, and I get to work as much as I want to as well. And I have that flexibility. So I kind of as I started to realize these things and all the advantages I was given, it kind of gave me a new perspective. And I realized just how great my job truly is. And that allowed me to enjoy it a lot more. And so then, and also I've never really been a very, very money motivated person. I typically just do a job just as something to do. But as soon as I started to hit promotions, and I was receiving an increase in commission percentage, then it started to be kind of fun. It was a very cool thing for me to see. and like money in my bank account that like I had never seen before. I would have had to work like a couple months at Kroger in the time that I worked like one day and got the same amount of money for working for Cutco. And yeah, and I just really started to enjoy it. And I hit a bunch of prizes and things like that. I was receiving people were like congratulating me and saying that I was doing a good job, and it felt really good. And I typically don't like enjoy praise or anything, but it made me feel really good, and I'll admit that. And so some of the things I've learned from this experience, I've been working here for only like 2.5 weeks now, but I've already noticed not only my confidence in my sales, but just my confidence overall increased dramatically. And I feel like I'm less introverted right now. And I also, what I've realized is that I couldn't have done any of it without my family, because I realize I'm incredibly fortunate because I've had my family push me. And so then I think that's a really good thing to have, like a good support group that's encouraged you to try your best. Because I definitely would have quit if it was just some regular job that my family didn't know anything about. But once I pushed, it kind of like they helped to push me beyond my regular limits and that get me outside of my comfort zone. And I think that really helped me grow as a person and achieve a lot of success within the company so far. And also, I think I learned that confidence in the product is paramount. And because I've seen Color Street nails, I know that just like Cutco knives, they're the best of the best in their field. And I think that I've learned that as long as I have confidence in the product and I know that it's the best, then the customers will believe it's the best. And so, yeah, I think that's a really valuable thing that I've learned. And I don't have to necessarily get everything correct and say and know every little thing about the product, because as long as I just know that it's the best and I present it as the best, then the customers will believe so as well. And also, I've learned that the customers don't like to talk to salespeople, because I don't necessarily have to try to they don't want me to or think that I'm swindling them in any way, or I just kind of like act as myself and just be cheery, enthusiastic about the product. And then they end up enjoying it, and they feel like I'm trying to get them the best deal and feeling like I'm trying to work with them. So I think that's a really cool thing too through sales, that you don't necessarily have to be great at sales in order to sell a product that you love, such as Cutco for me, or Color Street for you guys. So anything else?
No, I can't think of anything. Do you guys have any questions for Logan? They're very quiet. All right.
Very good. Okay.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
So I know obviously totally different product, but what I'm just trying to show you guys is that was a kid. He's 18 years old. There could be some 18-year-olds on our team, but I'm not sure. I know we have maybe 20-year-olds, but he went in 2 weeks ago scared to death, not wanting to call. And that's one of our hardest things as well, you guys. I know people don't want to pick up that phone to book their next nail bar, to ask for the nail bar, to ask if they want to join the business, but you can't be scared of it. He sat right in this office at that chair, I'm telling you, 2 weeks ago Thursday, so mad he had to do this. And I gave him all the same things I tell you guys. Do not make one call and walk away. You've got to set 15 minutes and make one after another, after another, after another. By the time my husband and I walked the dog around the block, we came back. He had already learned to get a calendar out. He was taking notes by every person he called, left a message. They're calling me back. In that hour, the confidence changed. And as he said, it goes back, and yeah, then he got timid again. And we're going to have that same thing happen too, but you've got to push through it, and you got to just keep on doing it. People are going to tell you no, but they're not telling you personally no. They're telling the opportunity no. They're telling the opportunity to have a nail bar, or they're telling the opportunity to join no, but they're not saying that to you. So don't take it personally. You've got to ask people if they want to do these things. Some people will come to you, but for the most part, we need to ask them. And we, again, like he said, you've got to be confident. We got to be confident in what we're selling with the product, with Color Street. And we know it's the right place at the right time. And we need to express that to them. If they don't want to do it, that's fine. There's going to be someone else who wants to do it. So you can circle back to that person. I'll check back in with you and see if you change your mind, or, go back to them, but don't sit and harp on them and nag them, because then you're going to get someone who signs up that doesn't want to do it anyway. So there's no use in begging somebody to do it. You want them to do it because they want to do it. So I loved watching his growth because I can use so much of what we do in our business, although they're totally different products, totally different way of selling. They're a one-on-one appointment, whereas, you know, we're selling more in the party environment. But it all comes down to the same nuts and bolts, of you've got to believe in your product. You've got to make the phone calls. Not every part of our business is fun. Is it fun to get on the phone? No, but it's fun when you get the yes, when you get on the phone and yes, they want to book a nail bar, just like I've seen his enthusiasm. Now, what he left out there, they have a 10-day, we have a 90-day jump start. They have a 10-day fast start. He sold $10,000 in his first 10 days of Cutco. He has already qualified. He's a third of a way of qualifying to a trip to the Bahamas. He was number 3, I believe, in the office he's in. He was number 19 in the entire company. So he's done extremely well, and he's not exaggerating. He's a very reserved, quiet kid. This took everything he could muster up to be able to get in front of people, but that's exactly why we wanted him to do this business, because we've lived in direct sales our whole lives, and we've seen the change people makes in direct sales and the confidence it can give you with every little step you make. So everything you guys do, you've got to acknowledge like that. The reason he wasn't patting himself on the back, getting a treat between each call, he was doing that to avoid the next call. Don't let him tease you that he was doing that to reward himself. He did that because he didn't want to stay on the phone. So acknowledge what you're doing and be excited, you guys, because there is nothing better. And I said that to him when he didn't want, he goes, you know, he said, I don't want to sell this. I don't care about money. I said, let me tell you, there's something about sales that is such a rewarding feeling. When you get that nail bar, and every person who buys, when someone, and I don't care where they buy, if it's on my VIP page, at the nail bar, I get such a feeling of personal satisfaction because I know I did it. Nobody else had anything to do with my sales. It's something how you are presenting yourself and they're coming to you. And it just is such a rewarding feeling. And I said, just wait, you're going to love that feeling and you'll want to get another sale because you become kind of addicted to the feeling you get when you get out there and you get a sale. It's almost like a challenge to yourself. Then at the next party, can I do better? Can I get more sales? You know, can I get someone to do the buy 3, get 1 plus the buy 1, get 1? It becomes kind of a game with yourself. So enjoy the game and the process of growing with talking to people about the business and, you know, getting those sales. So let me open it up now since it's 5 to 9 for any questions. Well, you know, how about if you have any questions or comments, you guys unmute yourself. And that way, in case people have loud backgrounds. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Oh my gosh, you guys are a quiet group tonight. Nobody? You got nothing?
Please tell Logan thank you.
I will, Dar. Thank you.
You did a great job.
Thanks. All right. No one. Oh, I hear someone. They're kind of coming in and out. Is that someone trying
It's
to?
Teresa. How about what you're?
I'm listening.
Just wondering what the verbiage was that your son used.
When he called people.
Yes.
When he okay, theirs is a little bit different than ours because they're setting up one-on-one appointments. But I will have him read it to you. Hang on. Hey, Logan. 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 Yeah. Sorry, he bolted fast. Yeah, theirs is different because they're setting up one-on-one appointments. So you could listen to it. I don't know if it's anything you would tweak into your own because it is quite a bit different. Oh, do you know it by heart? Oh, he knows it by heart. Okay.
All right.
Here.
All right. Hi, Mrs. Blank. This is Logan Bry. How are you? Good, good. Well, the reason I'm calling is that I just started my new job showing Cutco, and as a part of my training, I'm required to put on some initial training appointments. So And then, so you don't have to buy anything, but because I get paid just to show it. So I was wondering if I could stop by at this time this weekend or this time this weekend. And then I say, great. Thank you so much. And then can you make sure to write down that time in your planner? And then they would write it down, and I would say, are you sure this time works? Just continue to reiterate to make sure that they know when that it would work and they're not going to cancel. And then that'd be pretty much it. So, yeah.
Yeah, see, theirs is different because they get paid by an appointment or commission, whichever's higher. So getting people to set up an appointment, he would get paid either way, but the commission is going to be higher. So obviously you make more money when there's a sale than you would with just the appointment. But they'll get paid either way. So I know that isn't really a script you could probably, but you could and maybe tweak it somehow. I don't know how you tweak it, but that's what his line is.
What would your call sound like, Deb?
For what does mine sound like for a nail bar?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it depends on the person. If it's if it's someone who's used Color Street often, I just say, oh my gosh, you're using this all the time. I love all the sets that you've picked. Have you thought about having friends over and we could have a girls' night out and you can earn product free? Or I'd love to do a girls' night out for you and your friends. Mine's pretty short and simple. Or sometimes I've even called people and said, oh my gosh, I've learned a new way to try a Facebook party. I'd love to do it with you and your friends and see how it works. I've done that, for Facebook parties. So mine's pretty short and sweet. Anybody else want to share what they say?
Well, I was going to ask, what would you say, like, for people that you just met at an event and you're calling to see if they're interested in a nail bar?
Well, I do a follow-up call first. I do not ask about a nail bar unless they've marked it on their checklist. If they've marked it, then I'll say, I met you at such and such event. Thank you so much for your purchase, if they purchased. I noticed on your sheet that you had marked you were interested in having a nail bar. I'd love to talk to you about that. If they don't mark it, I'm not going to ask about it on my first follow-up call. I would wait till my next follow-up call and then just say, I'm checking in again to see how you liked your nails. How are they working? Get a reaction. If I get complaints, obviously, I'm not going to bring it up. I don't usually get complaints, but if I did, a couple times people have said, whatever happened. I wasn't very good at it. I can tell it's going to take time to get used to putting them on. That's probably if I hear a complaint, that's probably the biggest, the one I hear the most often. And then but if they say, oh my gosh, I loved them. They're great. My daughter and I, well, have you considered, I'd love to host a nail bar. If you'd like to consider that, I can do it online. It depends, if they were out of town. I would love to host an online nail bar for you or an in-person nail bar where you want to get your friends together. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Anybody else want to share what they say if they say something different? This is a really quiet group today.
Oh, we're all muted, so nobody's talking. Nobody wants to unmute themselves. I have been known to say, I visited a friend who wanted to get some nails and she just got a new house. And I was like, you know what? It would be so fun to get some friends together over the summer in your new house so they can see it. And she's like, oh my gosh, that'd be great. So,
right. That's why I think every situation's different. If they have a beautiful pool, oh my gosh, have you thought about having your friends over for a pool party and we could do nails? Like that was at one of the last nail bars I did. She had her pool going up and we talked about doing it that way. So I think you look at this, each person situationally is how you kind of bring up the nail bar.
I know, Debbie, one of the things that I like to do is I go back to my previous hostesses who have been amazing. Yeah. And I like to talk to them about like some of the new specials, like, hey, it's been a while since we've had your party. We've had all these things come out. Are you ready to bring this back to your ladies? I'm pretty sure they're out. Let's help you earn some. Let's help all those ladies get their polish reorganized and everything. And that has helped me with some of my previous hostesses.
That's awesome. I love it. And we've had so many awesome new styles for them to earn, right? Tons of new styles.
One of the things I started doing the last couple months, I have like a birthday club going in my VIP group, and I found a whole bunch of really cute birthday graphics. And so when the gals comment that their birthday's in a certain month, like all my June birthdays, they just commented this last week. I tag each one of them and I say, what if we did a birthday themed, nail bar? I have a whole bunch of cute graphics and I'll offer a special for your friends because it's your birthday month. And I've booked like 3 or 4 parties that way in the last 2 months, just by centering it around their birthday, which has been kind of fun.
Yeah, that's cute. Well, now with the birthday month, there's so many fun things you can do. Celebrating the birthday, you can offer, let's have a birthday party for Color Street, and my computer.
One of the fun graphics I found on one of the graphic sites was posted in home in June, and you'll get a free set and a bottle of wine. I'm totally offering
that's cute.
that. I will offer up some wine, no problem. Let's go have a celebration.
I love it. That's cute. All right, I just got the warning light, but oh, there's my cord. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I gotta hang up. Any other thoughts or comments? Anyone want to share any other ideas of what they can? Let's talk about the birthday month for a minute before we hang up.
Well, not just the birthday month, but any of the ladies who have earned the BQ nails from our February, March, and April. If you've used those,
Yes.
Those are great incentives to use for your hostesses because those cannot be purchased.
Absolutely.
I won't get rid of my purple nails. I don't care what a hostess wants, but I love those. But I am using everything that Color Street gives me for enhancing my business to enhance my business for the next month. So what I have is for those who host in May, June, and July, I'm gonna enter all of those hostesses that have had a qualifying party into winning a set of the new BQ nails. So I'm even using my future awards that I can see happening to help my get some parties.
That's awesome. I had a customer that found me online and ordered some, must have been the last time we had a promotion. I had sold her those nails, I think, something that we couldn't buy. I don't know what set it was. Well, she messaged me now and brought up 3 different sets of nails that, again, you couldn't buy, and she wanted the newer ones. And I said, actually, I'm saving those for hostesses if you'd like to book a party. So definitely flip that. She didn't respond back. I'm sure she's finding another Color Street person that's willing to sell them. But I thought, I'm not selling those. Same thing. I'm using those for hostess gifts. I'd rather have the hostess than the $13 sale.
And I think the thing with hostesses, when they feel special and they're getting something unique, then they're going to tell the next person from their party, like, oh my God, having a party was so much fun. I got all of these things. So it's not just one $13 sale. Like you said, it's possible parties. It's future stylists. Like there are so many realms you can go with just one set of polish.
Yes. And you guys, something you got to think about too, the last couple of people I've signed up were not people that they were hostesses for me. And then I did their friends' parties. I did another friend. Like just Saturday, I did one, and I said to the girl who was the original hostess, I said, I keep doing parties for your friends. This could be you, and you could be making this money, and the girl who's about to book a nail bar could be booked through you. So she's supposed to sign up this week. Same thing with my gal who signed up last week. She's been a hostess, and her, I was on her second or third party of her friends, and then she said, okay, I think you're right. I should be doing this. So if you keep getting parties from parties, maybe that person doesn't want to join, but go back to that original person who got you the parties from parties. And now they see that you keep going through their friends. Don't they want to be the person getting money from those nail bars? So it's as simple as that. Just bring up, you could be doing this. I keep seeing all of your friends and I'm making money from them, at these parties. You could be making money at these parties yourself and hanging out with your own friends. So, that's great verbiage to use too. And again, they may not do it right then at their party, but it doesn't mean they won't do it at the next one or the next one. So you plant the seed originally and you never know when it's going to come to fruition. All right. Any other thoughts or questions? All right, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Deb and Leslie, for presenting and sharing your stories. And I will see you guys soon. Have a good week, everyone.